because Moon Girl Sooner or Rescue Sooner both sounded pretty good. I'm also trying out Iron Fist because a problem I was having was it was difficult to consistently get a card to move after I Moon Girled Miles. So if you Iron Fist on 3 and then Moon Girl on 4, she'll kick over, and then we can theoretically play 2 1-mana Miles on turn 5 instead of having to wait till the 6th turn. So I think that could be good. So let's give this a try. Cody or not, thanks for the sub gifties. Good evening, appreciate that. Yeah, so might be good, might be bad. The shell's been really sweet. I think there's a lot of things to test and kind of tweaking it. We'll see how it goes. I want to do this, and we played an Agatha deck the other day. That was like actually seemed really good. So I would like to get another game or 2 in that to post a highlight with. Yeah, she's a very powerful card. I mean, in a game where you're only supposed to have 1 copy of every card, you need to play 2 copies of some of your best cards is really strong. This is probably a bot. My thoughts on feature locations. I think, ooh, and here we go, right? I get to Psylocke into Moon Girl, copy Miles, and something else here. Do I want 2 copies of Rescue? That's probably fine, right? The question is, would I rather play Moon Girl this turn, or would I rather... Maybe I'd rather Rescue, actually. So this is turn 3. I could Rescue into Moon Girl left, copy whatever we draw 2. It's just going to be difficult to play 2 copies of Rescue, I think, even with the Quinjet. If I draw Hood next turn, I'm a little bit sad that I waited, because Hood's not a card that I really want to duplicate. I don't really have space on the board for 2 copies of it. Second arrow. That's not the worst. We get arrow next turn, potentially. Opponent snapped us. Big bot energy. They snap when they're heading 2 spots on 4, usually. So I want Miles to be good and cheap next turn. So do I arrow this turn? I could also Kingpin plus Jug. This honestly might just be arrow left twice, huh? And then we can like Miles here. Although I guess the Sunspot could beat us with that line. I don't have priority here either, so I guess, yeah, if they play here, we're gonna get to move their thing over, but the Angela gets bigger, huh? Their Sunspot goes up again. Oh, I guess these are 14 between them, right? So that puts us to 17 over here. And then we just like arrow here again. Chance that wins. If it's a cheating bot, we'll lose because they'll just pass and then their Sunspot beats us, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's a cheating bot. Maybe because I know they're a bot, I am not supposed to do that. Our deck functioned well though. Like from a, did our deck do what I was hoping it would do? We hummed along right away. We just like can't beat a non-human that understands our win conditions. Yeah. So the bots, when you get them at the higher ranks, they look at your plays, and if they can beat them deterministically, they like make the play that beats them deterministically. So I should have accounted for the fact that, and that's why like so many people are obsessed with their rank in this game, but like the prevalence of bots on the ladder make rank even more meaningless than they are in the average game, just because like getting to infinite isn't remotely a measure of skill. It's just like, do you understand the game the bots are playing, and can you game them appropriately? So I never said anything about bots. Yeah, I mean, they acknowledge they exist. Like, they're there intentionally by design. I think, so the bots, you get less bots once you hit infinite because the match timer to give you a real person is longer before you get a bot. And I think they should just like slowly increase that as you go up. Like, my wait time should be longer at rank 70 than it is at like rank 30, for example. Yeah, the bots are put there, so like, it's not like, and that's something that's, I need to remember to talk about, because people coming from other games don't seem to get it. Like, it's not like we're talking about, like, you know, like bots in like an MMO or something, right? Like, the bots are put there by the company to put a cap on how long you can possibly wait to queue, is essentially what they're there for. Oh, that's super awkward for us. Okay, well, I guess I'll Juggernaut here and keep them out of the raft as well. But nobody's gonna be in the raft here in a second. Because our Iron Fist is, you're gonna move, and then you're gonna move. Is this Juggernaut? Oh, man, he has the Juggernaut variant that I really want to. Waiting for this one in my shop. Maybe we'll have it in the shop here in 25 minutes. their hands probably as rocky as mine. Yeah, the bots are different at different levels. I'm not a huge fan of the bot system in general. I think the only place bots should exist on the ladder is sub 30. I think using the bots at sub 30 as a way to be training wheels and inject extra cubes into the ecosystem is good. I think it's a pretty negative experience to have bots where I'm at on the ladder. Because the bots where I'm at on the ladder, they generate one of two experiences and neither of them are positive. So the bots where I'm at on the ladder are either awful and they sit there and lose, making only bad plays, or they literally cheat. They always have a daredevil, and it's not satisfying when you beat them or lose to them, because they're just like playing a different game. Hey, Admain, thank you for the 5.5 years. Welcome back. I just don't, it doesn't spark joy for me to beat the bots for cubes. It's just not fun. When do the cheaty bots show up? I believe north of 70. Some of the bots you play are cheaty bots. It's definitely not all of them at that point, but some of them. Okay, Psylocke looked really good so far tonight in terms of smoothing our curves. Hey, Drunk Owl. Thanks for the over 3 years. Ooh. Huh. The hub is so awkward for us because we didn't have one of our 4 1-drops. Moon Girl only creates 2 copies here, which is sad. She's only ever gonna create 2 copies, which is awkward. And I guess with the Mindscape, that's also not great for me. This might be a like rescue into Quinjet, Kingpin, into Arrow, just trying to get our hand empty. We're gonna be passing them a leader on the last turn, which is not great for us. I'm gonna play rescue on the right into their Morbius, and of course, like, we play into Mindscape, and our opponent's playing a discard deck, just like the worst variants. Okay, so we're gonna trade hands next turn. Getting Quinjet into play, if they have any cards left over, is nice. The fact that they played Invisible Woman implies that they're playing Hela, which is good for us overall. I think we do this. It could be right to play Hood instead of Kingpin, but I guess that's still just a 6, right? Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Do I play 5 mana Arrow or do I play 5 mana Leader since I have Quinjet? I could also Arrow left to make it so they can't Tella. That's probably the line, actually, right? I think I snapped them and I Arrow left. Because this way, even if they draw Hella, like let's say assume none of these cards in their hand are Hella, and they're playing to the 1 in 4 here of drawing it next turn. This will be full, and then they can't play her out.
Enough said.
Ooh, that's a good beat. Okay, so they have Leader. They have our Leader and our Moon Girl. Are the cards we kind of need to worry about. That is a copy of Apocalypse. So I Apocalypse left. They can play like 8 power here. If they Leader us, Apocalypse doesn't do anything, so this path is full. Hood. Hood's actually a really good early pull 3 card open. It goes into a lot of decks. It's one of my cards I have the most boosters on for a reason. It's super powerful. They obviously have whatever they're drawing for the turn as well. Oh, you know what? We're gonna lose left because of Morbius, right? Yeah, all 2 of these cards discard? Yeah, fuck me. I should have thought about that. They're playing to the hell out. Ended up slightly short here. I guess I should have. I guess the way my hand was lining up and thinking about them playing here, play with us thinking if my plan was to Arrow here on 5, I should have kingpinned here on 4. Sorry, Chef. The deck submission link is here, but I'm not taking any deck submissions tonight. I'm just gonna play things I want to play this evening. But for the rest of the week, that's where it's at. Hood, Mysterio, and Doctor Doom are the most versatile cards in the game. Yeah, I guess Doom goes into a lot of stuff. I definitely agree on the first 2. Hood and Mysterio are just like generically very good cards. A Blade Knight, thanks for the 2 years. And Violet Journey, thanks for the 3.5. Let's go on, Lickart. Yeah, I messed up my sequencing. I didn't plan out my turns appropriately enough, I don't think. Okay, this is looking good. Gilligan the Guy, thanks for the brand new Prime. Appreciate everybody stopping by our secret Sunday night stream. God, the hub is just like, cannot catch a break with that today. This deck really doesn't want random nonsense in our hand. Am I kingpinning right or am I kingpinning middle? I think I can fight over the middle here. And then we're gonna Moon Girl to the left because Crimson Cosmos we're very restricted on what we can play there. Or we're Moon Girling in the middle because we're gonna be locked out of it otherwise. I almost want to do this now. That's close. Okay, so we really want to draw Arrow then. That is not Arrow. Let's see what we're 1 in 4 to draw Arrow here. Does Bishop get larger than 5 here? I mean, yes. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Arrow is a dub. Juggernaut is also a dub. Also, this is inconsistent. I think this is bugged. This should be 1 right now, right? If a card moved last turn and Nightcrawler moved, this one is 1 and this one is 1, right? I'm gonna take a screenshot. Pretty sure this is bugged. Tuck that away for later. Yeah, sorry. So anyways, now that we're done with that. Actually can't post anything over here. We can put as much stats here as possible for the what's it called, and then we should be good to go. So they should actually never be 0. Miles and Quinjet is a little bit of a non-boat in that manner because Miles' cost setting beats all cost increases or decreases. He's always just 1 if something moved. Yeah, it looks like he has to like see it move though. But should not be how it works based on the wording of the card. That seems to be the way it's programmed for sure. I don't know how I feel about Iron Fist so far, but Psylocke seems like a solid addition to this list. I like the core of this deck. Some seeds of pass levels. Some Okoye boosters. More Okoye boosters. This is my typical schedule. Exclamation point schedule in chat. I'll get you a link to my website that shows it to you. But usually I stream Monday through Friday, like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I've been doing more weekend streams because Snap's addictive and the numbers have been really good. But usually I'm not live on the weekends. Usually it's like normal workday hours for me. I have 3 small children, so like my toddler is in daycare from 9 to 4:30 or 5. So I stream that time frame usually. Okay, we're probably in a decent position with this deck to win Mojo World, with Juggernaut and Arrow especially. I am Central Time. Central Cornfield Time. The toddler is no longer laying down in her bed, but she's also not throwing a fit, so I think we're okay. Video monitors are busted, chat. Alright, sweet. They didn't hit my Juggernaut, and I'm probably playing Arrow. Probably playing Arrow on 6 anyways. It's like not a big deal. Alabama. No, I am in Illinois.
Wind aid my hand.
Okay, so unfortunate that we played the Jug and then Storm happened. I can't really contest left, huh? So I guess we just rescue. Ideally, we draw Iron Fist next turn. We get to like Iron Fist kick the hood over. Hey, thanks for the Prime Frenzied Mage. Think there'll ever be tournaments or friendly games with friends? Well, we know that Direct Challenge is on the roadmap. So that is definitely coming. So if I do Moon Girl or do we Miles? Miles is slightly more stats, right? Miles beats waves. Miles beats everything. Miles is always 1 if something moved. Reductions don't work, so Quinjet doesn't make him free and wave doesn't make him more. I'm just gonna Miles into Arrow and then hope that we win the tiebreaker. because we'll have, or I guess hope that we win. I'm just gonna Miles into Arrow and hope that that's good enough. Or it's like hoping that whatever they do here isn't more than 12. We have priority here. Most of the things they can do are less than 12. I guess we lose to Magneto here. I'm gonna bet 3 cubes on a Magneto. Oh my god! We lost to Shang-Chi because of the fucking Wakandan embassy. Oh my god. Brutal. Well, that's savage. Alright, chat. I said when we fired up, I was playing with fire a little bit, and my toddler wasn't fully asleep yet. I need to run 2 flights of stairs really quick to address the toddler. I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna play for at least a couple hours tonight. Since I'm stepping away anyways, I'm gonna hit an ad roll. I apologize for the break. BRB. Thanks everybody that stuck around. This is the one instance where my spacious 2-story Midwestern home, where my office is in the fully finished basement, is a little bit of a detriment. Hey, Frenzied Mage, thanks for the 4.5 years. Welcome back. Yeah, there's a few ads that go around that have cards with their closed beta stats on them. Yeah, in general, I almost only ever play Shang-Chi either inside of like the Sarah disruptive decks or when there's a feature location that makes him better. I think on average, he's just like worse than, what's it called? On average, I think Shang-Chi tends to be worse than whatever his name is, her name, Enchantress. Got Moon Girl. So I was thinking about just dropping this into Luke's bar, but like I also have Moon Girl. Could go either way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. Well, maybe I'm supposed to save Iron Fist for after I play Moon Girl. I get to go Demon into play Hood Center again, I think. Get another Demon that's free, thanks to Quinjet. There'll be a question of if we can make Miles. Can make Miles cheap enough. Hey, King Koopa. So 15 months, welcome back. And R-Knight, thanks for the quarter of a year. Why do Dexter an arrow over, say, a Koye? I mean, like, that's like asking me, why do you have a hammer in your tool belt? A chainsaw seems much more versatile to me. Or vice versa. Why do you have a chainsaw? A hammer seems more versatile. It's like, your statement's not wrong. Arrow has a pretty specific use, but like, also they're just like not remotely the same. Doo-doo Fresh, thanks for the brand new Prime. What are we doing here? This turn's got a lot going on. I think this is this into this, maybe. We'll copy these three. This could go either way here. You went Angela, you're bad. Well, that's still I guess this is a good learning moment, but Angela is one of, if not the best 2-drop in the game. She's the best card you can be playing. She's one of the best cards you could be playing by a lot. She's very, very, very good. Alright, we'll Jug here to kick out whatever they were attempting to play. I think Angela needs a nerf. I don't think reaching infinite is impressive no matter how you slice it currently. Because reaching infinite is largely a measure of how much you played. Is 9 enough to play here? Might lose 9 on the right. Weird game. I mean, not only does reaching infinite mean you play a lot, but reaching infinite also means you, generally speaking, know how to climb over the corpses of bots on the ladder as you go too. There's a lot of bots at basically every rank at the moment. I mean, like, Angela should just be a 2-0, is like the easiest nerf. She's still super playable and just strictly worse than she is now. Like an Asterisk, she's kind of better against Shang-Chi for exactly 1 point, but like, they should just take away her starting power for sure. I love this Moon Girl variant. It's excellent. I agree with the statement, 1 point is a lot. Am I Nightcrawlering before or after Angela? I think I'm Nightcrawlering before. Just because of like curve considerations here potentially. I have like a 2 into 3. That's true. Turning Angela into a 2-0 does make her better at negative. Mr. Negative's like such a weird card in terms of like balancing the game, right? Okay, so most of the armor decks are likely to play into the same armor path. So I think I just Jug here, and I think I'm waiting to move the Nightcrawler because next turn's probably Kingpin plus Quinjet. So, bud. Mr. Fantastic is a touch worse than DC. Do this, and we chill on this again. bad dog if I ever saw one. Is Yondu viable in pool 3? Yondu is only viable in any pool with death. His effect is much worse than Korg and the others. Do I... We're probably getting... I guess we're not getting Professor X tier or here, right? We don't really need to Professor X tier. They're probably setting up to Destroyer in that path. Do I hood here? I kind of think I hood here. Because if I draw arrow, I want a demon plus arrow. I can't hood over here. Arrow's obviously our best draw here, because she'll let us play into Mojo World, and then Kingpin just like says, nah, get out of here. Team Club, I think I missed your Prime sub, by the way. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Or welcome to the stream. Appreciate the support. Oh, I forgot to click the button, chat. It's like, why isn't it going? Do we really Professor X, right? Oh, I guess Professor X right means they can destroy her right now. Arrow, please. Moon Girl. Alright, so if they destroy her in the middle, they have 21 there. And this demon is 9 in rescue triggers, so we win. I don't think I can snap them because they lose to arrow. They're just leaving anyways. Oh, they know we have the demon, right? This is heads up. They know we have the demon. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we get a sweet arrow variant and the shop tonight we can start spinning some of these boosters. Well, I need 155 to split her, I guess. What are some of the cards that drop off most in playability from pull 2 to pull 3? The move deck is trash in pull 3, but it's like good to the point that people complain about wanting it nerfed in pull 2, which is really funny. But yeah, that's the big difference, is the move deck is not playable in pull 3. So I think we basically always want to hood on 1 when we have Psylocke lined up. Because if we draw Moon Girl, I want a demon in my hand to copy when I Moon Girl on 3. Even with Human Torch. Even with Human Torch, the dedicated move deck is bad. The dedicated movement deck has 2 problems. The first of its problems is that the other linear decks that just ignore you get bigger numbers than the movement deck can get in pool 3. And the second problem is that the move deck's last most powerful turn with Heimdall is super telegraphed what it's going to do. So it's super easy for any good player to calculate, hey, I beat this deterministically, or hey, I lose to this deterministically. So it's an awful deck for getting cubes, even if its power level was higher. I would really like to see Heimdall get some agency. I think Heimdall should probably be changed to, if you play me left, your cards slide right, and if you play me right, your cards slide left. So that way it's just like not always doing the exact same thing. Or pulled things towards him, sure, yeah, just give some sense of agency in terms of where your cards are going when, basically. Cohax, thanks for the prime, I appreciate that. Yeah, pull 2, and honestly, I would bet part of the power of the move deck in pull 2 is just based on the fact that people are bad at counting at that point. Is it appropriate to ask how much money you spent to get to the point that I am at right now? I have a video that talks about how much money I've spent to get to the point where I'm at right now. You can just click the link. I love when people click the links, chat. It's my favorite. So it's a little awkward here that I have no Moon Girl, I have no Miles, I have no Rescue, I have no Arrow. We drew Angela finally to like give us a little bit of stats, but it's still not great for us. I'm gonna play Angela, and I'm gonna play Quinjet. I'm gonna sit on the demon for now, because if I draw Moon Girl, I want 2 demons for turn 6. You play Chavez and you play Shang-Chi in the movement deck, sure. But then like you're diluted your actual game plan. So the core of your deck is just like extra bad now, right? No, Ultron's not really a playable card. IMO. Okay, so we're rescuing here, and then we're hoping to draw arrow to like pull whatever they play into here, and then we win left and right. We're obviously losing mid. I could not be losing mid harder. You seem a lot happier since you're not playing Magic Arena. I have not enjoyed playing Magic Arena in years. I think Magic is a much worse game in the modern design era. You're so awful at hitting the 25% to draw arrow tonight. Yeah, unfortunate. Because, like, Juggernaut can make sure they don't get to play anything here, but then I'm not big enough to win the path. I'm like, I need to play a demon here as well to make sure we win this path. So we're hoping to draw arrow, because arrow would be +5, +10 here. And she would suck in whatever they play, and then demon over here would win right by 1. I guess we'd still lose to Blue Marvel in that instance, but we're definitely out now. What about the design of current Magic do you dislike the most? Well, it's just like a poorly balanced game that doesn't have a good response time. So like their 60 card constructed formats have been really poorly balanced for basically 3 years straight now, and they're very slow at actually adjusting things. I also think designs in Magic the Gathering in the last 2 to 3 years made the actual decisions you make inside of the games themselves pretty linear and uninteresting. What I mean by that is, after you decide to keep a hand in Magic the Gathering, you can look at your hand and it kind of just like auto plays itself, where you just like need to spend your mana efficiently every single turn is the optimal play. There's not a lot of in-game player agency where like your decisions are meaningful. Like once you have like a certain base set of heuristics, you just like kind of run on autopilot and the games play themselves. Either of the cards we want to Psylocke into. Yeah, that's the other part too. Modern Magic design is less combat centric, and I think the attacking and blocking is the most interactive point in Magic the Gathering. So when attacking and blocking isn't good, I think the game's less fun. Apologies to the person that I banned who was complaining about Wizards of the Coast rebalancing some cards in their digital-only formats. You're not going to be a good culture fit for this channel, so I've removed you permanently. Feel free to fuck all the way off. It's extra funny to me when the old I'm gonna rant about Magic for a second here, because like Magic players they're just so fucking stupid. Like they complain about them digitally rebalancing cards in digital only formats in Magic the Gathering, when Magic the Gathering has literally been errata-ing cards for like decades. Like there's literally cards that I played when I started playing competitively like 12 years ago that like had their text functionally changed over the course before they were digital. It just like has always been a thing. It's just like more obvious. So if you were a stupid Magic player, like many Magic players are stupid, you didn't understand that was happening anyways. Time Vault. Yeah, chat, you don't always play Kingpin for his effect. I'm just like playing Kingpin for curve here. We're probably dead because they have a Hulkbuster into Cloning Vets. Probably the case here. So I can Moon Girl some friends and get Miles, Psylocke, and Arrow copied. I don't know if that's good or not though. Yeah, not only does this game need lore text, but it desperately needs what's the word I'm searching for? It desperately needs actually, let's put Iron Fist here. And then next turn we'll be able to Miles Arrow off of the Psylocke copies, which is fun. Do you have any one drops I might want to play? Yeah, I might want to play Quinjet next turn too. So I'm actually gonna make sure that New York is empty here. Yeah, so like, not only could we use lore in the game, but we need artist accreditations in the backs of cards too, ideally. Hey look, we drew Nightcrawler. That makes me happy I put Psylocke into the middle. This game would be like a lock if New York wasn't here, but New York is here, so this game's kind of a clusterfuck. People have heard me talk about this before, but it's actually my least favorite location in the game, because you can't really calculate anything on the last turn. You're just gonna like play all your cards out and go, gee, I hope this wins. Because there's just like infinite permutations on how things can play. Yeah, it's just, this is what I mean by, if I move Kingpin, does that work? Well, so I think you're right that that works, but also I don't, like, moving Kingpin is tough because, like, what if they move nothing, right? And this is what I mean by it's just like a coin flip, right? So like, they moved everything here. So imagine if I move my 2 Psylocks and I play everything middle, then I beat Black Panther, right? So because I chose to play into this path instead of this path, the 50-50, we lost. Because they could have very easily left these 2 forges in the middle and played for this, hoping like I move something here. I think the New York games are actually the least skillful of any games at Marvel Snap. Going back to that comment of talking about player agency inside of your games, I feel like New York, on average, removes all of the player agency from a game of Snap. Because it's literally just like, okay, I guess we like play a bunch of 50-50s and flip dice to see who actually plays where. What's going on, Maddie? Thanks for 73 months. And life is good. Thanks for the half a year. Yeah, I'd rather play into Ego than New York too. I think Ego gives me more outcome control over whether or not I win or lose cubes than New York does. New York is just a huge gamble every time. Someone asked what I think of the card acquisition model in this game. I think it is close to being really good. I do not look at deck lists while I'm streaming. So the person spamming that in my chat, please don't. It's impossible to parse the deck list you're posting. Is there any position to say playing Kingpin in New York early that game to turn it off? Yeah, maybe. I gets rid of that mind game at the end, I guess. But then, like, I also would have been losing left there if I also just, like, lose left in that instance, though, right? So it just ends up being very different. You wish there wasn't so much downtime between being able to get new stuff. So here's the flip side of that, though, right? If you got everything super fast in Marvel Snap, you would have infinite downtime at the end of the game, right? Free to play, you get like 3.5 levels per day. No, that's way fucking wrong. You get like 500 levels a month free to play, which is divide by some amount. It's way more than you just said. Here's the TLDR. Yeah, it's a tough line to tread across, right? Because like people are like, oh, I wish I had more cards faster, but also this game isn't like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, right? Like they're not planning to release 1,000 new cards per year. They can't give you 100 cards a month every month sustainably because their eventual goal is to only release 52 cards per year. It's over here, I think. What level do you think I should be able to build an optimal pool 3? I assume you mean pool 3 and not tier 3. Okay, so they played here and I have priority. So now I just arrow whatever they're gonna play into the flooding, right? And do I put it middle or do I put it right or left? I might just put it middle. Yeah, let's burn them out. The actual answer to your question is when do you have anyone know a good site for Meta-Decks? I would actually argue Marvel Snap Zone is one of the worst places you can go for Meta-Decks. I think the tier list on MarvelSnapZone.com is bad to the point of doing the community a disservice. Like I went and looked at it today for the first time, and I think the tier list up there literally does not have on it what I would tell you is probably the best deck in the format right now, which is the Spectrum Destroyer deck. It just like is like pointedly missing from their site. I don't know who is in charge of that, but I know every single time I have gone there and looked for deck lists, I've gone like, this makes no sense who's making these choices. Do I have a better site then? Well, there isn't objective data for this game. I know that's like not the answer you want to hear because you want to be like a little net decking goblin and you want someone to just like spoon feed you the answers. But like, there really isn't a good way to spoon feed answers in this game, especially because when you take into the collection aspect of this game, right? Like you can't just go and build any pull 3 deck until you have a full collection, which takes a while. To answer your question, I'm gonna make a loose tier list video to post on the YouTube channel this week. I've like avoided putting one up till now because I think it's difficult to do right, but I think if I put enough asterisks in there and try and give context to it, maybe I can do it in a way that does the community a service. But I think the way that a lot of ways present tier lists, it doesn't work for Snap in general, because one of the things that these tier lists fail to account for is that like the thing that matters more than anything is how you're snapping and retreating, right? So like I almost go cube even with almost anything that I play, because I'm just like, we're snapping and retreating appropriately, or like when we're losing, we're making a lot of, oh, these are content plays, right? Or like I mentioned, we should retreat here, but we'll show you for the cost of cubes or whatever. Have any shinies we want? I don't think so. This death is great, but I have a death that I like already. I don't really need a Khazar variant. I have a Mojo that I like already. This White Tiger is not bad. I might stew on the White Tiger. 1200's a lot, though. The person who just came in and said, you seem agitated this evening. You like walk up to fat people and be like, hey, you put on a little weight lately. You've been binge eating? What? Like, what did you possibly think was gonna be the positive outcome of coming in and asking that question? Especially if you think it's actually true. Like, you ever walk up to a bear and like poke it with a stick, then you get surprised when the bear mauls you? I'm sensing the bear is annoyed. Let me whack it. Oh, chat. The hood drinks for free at the bar with no name. Snap that one. Anyone guess when they're gonna start releasing one new card a week? They said before the end of the year. I think, however, they intend to release new cards per week is probably gonna involve the implementation of collector tokens. So I think those two things are probably going to coincide. When one happens, we'll see the other start happening as well. Well, this board just got real heckin' awkward. Do I play the hood out and let them know that that's a thing that's happening? I almost feel like I'm supposed to save the hood for turn 6, right? I might not even need it on turn 6. Although the downside to saving it till turn 6 is, I guess I can wait and play it next turn at a minimum. The downside to waiting to play it on turn 6 is that, I don't know what an ultimate variant is. I mean, if it says ultimate at the top, they have different texts that classify groups of variants together. There's probably a group of variants called ultimates, I'd imagine. It doesn't represent power or anything like that. It's just what they're called. We've both already snapped. The cubes are at 4. Yeah, I don't know why they're playing into the Strange Academy. Oh, that's actually funny. Yeah, because we get to Juggernaut them on turn 6 as well now. Yeah, I think we're actually just like big chilling, right? Am I about to get Professor X tier? Am I about to get Professor X tier? Part of me feels like I'm about to get Professor X tier. They're a Spectrum deck. Yeah, but they could still be Professor X, right? I don't have priority, so I can't Juggernaut them either. That's fine if they do that. Yeah, I guess it's fine if they do that, because we just win left. We just, like, Juggernaut them out of the left. Yeah, that's actually fine, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Cool. What a weird game. This has Mojo's power, right? Yeah. Oh my god, you've gotta be kidding me. Alright, well played. Brutal. I feel like the target dummy for the guts. I feel like our variance tonight has just been absolutely atrocious. Just like every time there's like, oh yeah, there's one card that hoses us here. We absolutely hose. Maybe I should have, you know what? My mistake this game was I should have played Hood on turn 3, I think, when they played Mojo here. I think them playing Mojo here should have been indicative that Professor X was coming. And if I would have played Hood here, I think we win the right. And then obviously we win the middle because of, I mean, they could have been ghosting, but it also could just be good play. And you can't focus on that. I think when they played Mojo, I should have played Hood on 3 and started playing into this path to beat the Professor X. I think the sequence that happened here was beautiful. Yeah, ghosting is stream sniping. It's always a possibility when they wait till like the very last second and then wait for you to lock in your plays before they go, but it could just also be a savant. It's hard to tell exactly. Yeah, they were definitely a Spectrum deck, which means I shouldn't have been worried about Killmonger if they were a Spectrum deck. Their play loses to anything over 6 power, only if they know I have Hood, right? So, like, they could have just been assuming, okay, they play Juggernaut and then they win the tiebreaker. But, like, it is literally only Juggernaut they're playing around, right? They could have just been under the assumption that I couldn't win mid. What if I just, like, Juggernaut cloning Mats a whole bunch? I have no idea who rescues in Marvel War. No. Take another Miles here. It's gonna be another debris. Patriot, sure. If I just could... That bug is so frustrating. Or a good chance we lose this game because of that bug. I could have played these in the other order to play around the bug. But when you generate a Miles to your hand after you move something, it doesn't cost reduce, which is super frustrating. This should cost 1 right now. The game's bugged. Maybe we'll switch decks because of that. It's relevant with Moon Girl too. It's not just relevant with cloning vets. The reserves are half as likely to give you a card. Caches are 50% to give you a card. Reserves are 25%. Oh, and they don't have priority here, so they get another blue marvel anyways.
Opponent snapped.
If I do this, this is +2 here. This is 5 and this is 2. If I wouldn't have played Psylocke here, maybe it'd be okay. Be at 4. I think we're dead.
Escaped.
It's a shame not being able to play Miles there. Probably lost that for us. Alright, Hood is slightly less toxic. I like playing Hood into the unknowns. If he hits what's it called? Like a Oscorp or a Bar with no name. It's nice. Wakanda Embassy is no longer the hot location, but it's still here in our game. Let's try, sure. I think I'm... We Iron Fisting into Moon Girl, copy our demons, I think. You always say pool. I'm saying pool, as in card pool. If you're not familiar with what I mean by card pool, you can check out this video here. It refers to the order in which you get cards. It's not fully random, it's pseudo-random. Oh, that's fine though, right? Because we didn't draw Miles. I forgot this was gonna move, but we didn't draw Miles, so it doesn't matter. I feel like Arrow forced this to fill into Arrow plus Demon on the last turn. Getting to Arrow on 5 and 6 feels real strong. Good. Okay, and then we Arrow here and we Demon here. There's a world where they play more than 2 things on this turn, but that feels unlikely. There's also a world where they play like Blue Marvel and we lose left on this line. What's going on, Zap? Thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Look at that. We didn't have like a worst possible case scenario event happen to us and we won the game easily. We didn't hit the low roll, the 5% or whatever. What's going on, Silver Fox? This is a brand new Prime. Good evening, good evening. Probably not a super long stream tonight, so I gotta wake up at about 6:30 to get the kids on the bus, but Should be fun. All right, this is our first time we've got the Iron Fist into Moon Girl rolled up to copy Miles. We play nothing to start here. I kind of like to draw Psylocke so we can get Rescue down on 3. Arrow. That's probably the worst draw in my deck. I'm actually not sure if Rescue is good in this deck. Rescue and Psylocke could maybe go. I feel like I need some more low curve stuff to like keep Moon Girl reasonable. Nightcrawler. Okay, when a card moves here, +2, so Nightcrawler will get to get bigger. Unfortunately, Iron Fist only kicks to the left. Hey, Metamoods, thanks for the 12 months, appreciate it. Okay, so we're punting the negative zone, can't win there. Do I want Moon Girl to end up in the negative zone? Do I want her mid? I think I want her mid. The Polaris into Kunlun. Okay. That is a legal play you are allowed to make. Okay, and then we go Rescue to the right, Miles here, slide Nightcrawler over, and then we'll go Miles on Kunlun into Arrow the negative zone next turn. I'm gonna stop that. We're in a pretty good spot here. The Nightcrawler is moving to DC, so Miles stays at 1 for next turn. We just need them to not put more than 14 into Kunlun this turn. Well, the best laid plans and all that, I suppose. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, chat. Few decks in the format that this card is good against. This is good against Miracle as well. I think they're just gonna play for the right, so I'm gonna put Arrow in the right. And just get +13 there. I think there's a few decks where I think Doc Ock is an underplayed card with the asterisk that you need to, if you're gonna play Doc Ock, you need to know when you just can't put him on the board. I think too many people put Doc Ock in their deck and it's like fine into some matchups. Like it's a genuinely good card to match up like this, right? Because we care about our sequencing a lot. And it's good against like the Sarah Miracle decks. But like you can't play Doc Ock like against Destroyer or against Lockjaw, for example. Like it's just, you have to accept that like when you draw it in those matchups, it's just a blank card.
Victory.
Go here. I feel like there's something to this deck, chat. It's been like ticking in my brain. I keep thinking about things that I want to do with it. Like getting two power or 2 mana for 10 power worth of Miles Morales is like really strong. I feel like there's got to be something there. I'm just not sure if Rescue and Psylocke are the 2 slots I'm not super sure on right now. But I feel like if I cut Rescue, I need to. I think if I cut Rescue, I need to play a different stat stick. So, the problem with Devil Dino KM Best is that we often empty our hand on the last turn. So, like, even without, well, I never want to play Chavez in the last turn of the game, chat. My last turn is basically always Arrow plus Miles or Arrows plus Demon. Yeah, Polaris could be fine. I've played Polaris. She's like an okay amount of stats and she's cheaper. I don't know that Bishop is good. Like, playing bishop on 3, it's, like, rarely going to be bigger than a 5. Moongirling arrow is heinous. You mean in a good way or a bad way? I think moongirling arrow is hilarious. Getting to arrow on 5 and 6 is great. In a good way for us. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Yeah, heinous for them. It could be, Psylocke and Rescue could be like Maximus and, Polaris. Because, like, playing... Stop suggesting 6-drops, people. The point of the deck is you want to be able to play a bunch of our 1s on the last turn, right? So, like, I want, like, good 3, 4s, 5s. So that way on my last turn, I can play, like, Miles and Demons out along with something else that's, like, an okay amount of stats. So I don't think Sarah proper is actually good here because she doesn't make Miles cheaper and she doesn't make Demon cheaper, right? Which are kind of the things I'm trying to do with it. Yeah, exactly. Sarah Quinjet works, but Sarah just, like, doesn't work when your things already cost 1, right? Is the TLDR. I'm not gonna play the Demon out, because if I draw Moon Girl next turn, having Demon in my hand is just insane, and Demon's about to be free, so, like, there's no rush to play it out. Honestly, I might snap the mirror. Our hand's pretty good with the Quinjet draw. Vision's too much mana. If Vision was a 4-drop, I'd play him. We Juggernauted the... Well, I'm really glad they didn't Juggernaut my Angela Path, I guess. Would Beast be good in this deck? I thought about Beast. That could be okay. Am I playing Miles next turn? Probably not. Well, I guess if I don't Miles next turn... Oh, this is actually kind of funny with Mindscape, right? Maybe I am playing Miles next turn and we're, like, playing a bunch of copies out to the machine world, so that way they go to their hand and we get them back next turn. Yeah, that's actually what we're doing, right? I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna Juggernaut mid, and then, like, next turn we're gonna, like, play stuff into machine world. Warpath, huh? Interesting one. Okay, so, like, what if we just do this? I guess there could be merit to doing this. So that way this is big here and then arrow doesn't really impact me. Oh, I kind of want to fill this, though, so that way Lizard doesn't happen, right? Why does my ordering matter? They, like, storm this? Oh my god. Wasted. Okay, I think this could still be fine for us, maybe. This could still be okay for us, maybe. I guess I just gave them a demon and, last half full, at least nothing moved. So I gave them Demon and Miles. Do you think they play more than 2 cards? They might play more than 2 cards with the Demon I just handed them. Yeah, I think arrow left is the play. Okay, then that's a demon in the middle, so we're good theoretically. Set. We were good no matter how they slid there. when you change from getting caches to getting reserves, the odds of you getting a card go down. How do I deal with tilt on losing streaks? You just gotta be willing to, you gotta detach yourself from the results. Just like years of experience is mostly it. I actually find I tilt way less in this game too. Like, tilt is like something that I don't have happen a lot after decades of playing card games. It happens sometimes, but not nearly as often as it does for a lot of others. But the fact that Snap lets me retreat and the games are short both help the fact that variance happens. It's also worth noting that focusing on learning rather than focusing on your ladder rank helps a lot. Like, chat, I promise you your significant other isn't going to love you more or less based on where you finish on the Marvel Snap ladder at the end of the season. Or maybe they will, in which case you should find the different significant other, but basically, it's not even about just being good so much as it's about focusing on the right things, right? Like, you'll often hear me say, you know, this loss, we traded cubes for knowledge with this loss. And that's the type of attitude you have to have if you want to get better. What was it? I had a good one-liner the other day. When you lose a game where you could have improved, you can get mad and stay bad, or you can choose to learn from it. And if you approach your games with, I'm going to learn from this perspective, it's much easier to like, stomach everything, right? Miniaturized lab is interesting. All right, well, I guess we're kingpinning in the middle. I think the Beast Bounce deck is genuinely good. A story I tell a lot is I didn't get infinite in this game for the first 2 months of the closed beta because I just didn't care. My goal wasn't climbing an arbitrary ladder that ultimately didn't matter. It was like trying fun combinations of cards and making a point to learn the metagame. And that second part really can't be understated. Taking the time to learn the format that you're playing is huge. Do I want to lock in how much power I have in the center this turn? I might. We do this, and then next turn we can go arrow here plus demon here. I kind of like. They might also play something out here this turn. Like, they're playing kind of a weird deck. We might see like Vision into Bar Sinister here for them. Think they're setting up Bar Sinister this turn? Maybe. It's also just like kind of scary next turn too, right? Alright, we called their brew. But my plan still just kind of works here, right? What if I arrow right and then demon here? Oh, they have priority though. It's awkward. Yeah, now I need to arrow left and hope that it's good enough. And they play anything bigger than 9, it's not good enough. I think I'll stay in for 1 cube. Opponent's playing a full brew here. Excuse me? I'm not quite sure what we thought was gonna happen here, but this is where we are. Alrighty, we were talking about trading cubes for knowledge. Our opponent has less cubes, but now has more knowledge, chat. Fewer cubes, more knowledge. We are a teacher even on the ladder. I have a video here covering how Chavez impacts your draws. You want to take a peekaboo at that? It's Nightcrawler here. You want a Nightcrawler into a spot where it's less likely to end up at, so it's probably going to end up in Mojo World. So I want to play it to the right for now. You win some, you learn some. I'm gonna steal that. That's a quality line right there. Kingpin to the right here. Moon Girl's gonna double up our hand tier. This might be like Quinjet Juggernaut on Mojo World into like Arrow right. We're gonna get another Juggernaut and... Oh, they're Patriot. Patriot complicates things. I guess if we keep them out of Mojo World here for the last 2 turns, we can get that though. Although the Mysterio in the middle could end up here as problematic. That is, in fact, what happened there, Jen. Okay, so we have to win 2 50-50s on the Strange Academy. It's both to go right. Yeah, I was hoping the running Juggernauts could keep them out of Mojo World. Arrow left, Jug mid. Well, the problem with that is... The problem with Arrow left, Jug mid is that if they play any of their things that buff right, we just lose, right? And they're also +5 here, right? One of these is the real Mysterio. Yeah, I don't know that I like Rescue. She keeps looking real clunky in her hand every time you Moon Girl. I think I want to try Max. Psylocke was all right at a couple of points tonight, but if I'm cutting rescue, Psylocke definitely goes. I want more cheap things I can play out. I think I want like Max and a 2-drop. What 2-drop do I want? Convince me it's not literally Ant-Man. I could buy Ant-Man for $1. You know, it could just be armor, actually. It could be armor to save my demons from Killmongers. Because I kind of want a 2-drop. Armor is a touch awkward with specifically Kingpin, but I could just probably keep those out of the same paths. Mojo could be okay too. Mojo's just a pile of stats. So the problem with something like Cable is I want something that explicitly doesn't fill my hand, because basically what I'm going for here is I want a Moon Girl on 4 and not fill my hand in a lot of spots. I think I'm gonna armor. Why would Moon Girl be good with Black Panther? Can you explain your line of reasoning instead of me telling you you're right or wrong? So chat, again, and this is good deck building lessons for people. Do you hear how I said I'm specifically trying to do a thing and then I'm looking for cards that solve that problem? And then Twitch chat is currently Twitch chatting and like suggesting a bunch of cards that don't fill the role that I'm talking about. So like, can we stop can we stop recommending a bunch of cards that like don't fill that exact role I was talking about, like trying to make happen with Moon Girl? The point of cutting rescue is to take the curve and drag it downward. So like Goose I saw was a good suggestion, Mojo I think was a good suggestion, possibly playing Destroy was a good suggestion, but like the people suggesting like random like 3, 5, 4, and 6 drops, like I promise you rescue. I promise you rescue is the best 4-drop. She's just a massive pile of stats. But I wanna explicitly try something different. So take the curve and drag it in a downward direction. It's a down dog angle, chat. Crawler? Alright, well at least he gets to leave. At least he gets the privilege of leaving. Maybe Juggernaut will knock someone into here when they play the Mojo World. That would be nice. I don't know that Collector is particularly good here, right? Like I think Collector is worse than like playing Lizard or Mojo. Collector kind of fills the role I'm looking for, but like I'm only generating cards in my hand with Hood and Moon Girl. So like at most, Collector's only gonna be a 5 in like a best case scenario. Chat, Domino's worse than just playing a 2-mana 3-color card. Basically the only reason you could ever want to play Domino in Marvel Snap is if you are playing like no other cards that cost 1 or 2 and you want a guaranteed play. It's like the TLDR. Yeah, the other problem with the Destroy package, I think the most appealing part about playing the Destroy package in general is you get to play Killmonger, and this deck definitely doesn't want to play Killmonger, right? Like I want my Nightcrawlers and my Quinjets to live. Yeah, we're actually gonna play a Domino deck after this. We're going to that's what I'm searching for. We're going to here's a question. Do I think they're gonna fill Mojo World this turn? I think the answer is they don't. And I play Maximus and Hood here with the intention to Arrow plus Demon into Murder World next turn. I think I'm gonna snap them too. This snap is me betting they don't fill Mojo World, and that we then keep them from filling Mojo World on the next turn. It's my shirt. My shirt is awesome. I got this from the Pokemon Center in London when I went there for Pokemon Worlds. It's got all of our dragon friends here on the front. It says Team Dragon on the back. When we walked into the Pokemon Center and I picked it up to look at it, my wife audibly sighed, so at that point I knew I had to buy it. Okay, sweet. So our Gamba half worked here. So the they can't fill center was an accurate Gamba, but we didn't get the demon from the hood, but they also didn't get to draw cards. So like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. We go arrow plus Iron Fist here, putting us to 14. And if they like Destroyer here, they lose center and left, right? So that's not an option. I beat Spectrum. I beat Destroyer. Okay, I think we're good here. I plan to play the new Pokemon on stream. I'm not a big fan of mainline games. If there's good innovations in Scarlet Violet to make VGC, their competitive format, more accessible, I'll probably play some VGC on stream at some point. I think VGC is a very fun concept. And every generation of Pokemon game has made VGC a little bit more accessible, so I'm hoping we see more improvements on that again with this release. Dr. Doom is like one of the cards we can't beat here, but that's pretty unlikely in their Cosmo ongoing deck. VGC is video game competition. Refers to do I play Pokemon TCG at all? I do with my kids casually. And in fact, there is approximately like 3.5 to 4 boxes of unopened Pokemon TCG product in my room. That the Pokemon Company has sent me over the months. We slow drip it to the boys as rewards for good behavior and stuff, and then we post screenshots of fun ones. Have I ever played a MOBA game before? Yeah, so I mentioned going to London for Pokemon Worlds. The reason I was there was actually a part of the broadcast team for Pokemon Unite, which is the Pokemon MOBA on Android, iOS, and Switch. Am I Iron Fisting on one? I don't think so with Miles lined up for later. Yeah, I'm gonna armor right, I think, because we probably Kingpin Atlantis. Kingpinning Atlantis. Could be Kingpin Jotunheim too, honestly. I think this is a Angela into Iron Fist angle. I want to build up Angela mid here. Could go either way.
Assemble.
Fixed race so I can play more Unite. Mood. Okay, and then we'll hood here. And then we'll Kingpin here. I think I want Kingpin in Jotunheim just to threaten it on the last turn. Is my thought process. Put in snapping me, sure. So that was a I have Professor X snap, right? Which means they're gonna go to 16 here. But I can go 11 here, and that puts me to... 11 puts me to 14, and this puts me to 17. Right? This is 11, 14, 17. So we beat Professor X on the right here. Snap them back. Even if they don't Professor X here and they play something like an Iron Man, for example, Juggernaut is also good into that, right? Oh, well played. Does Arrow win? Arrow wins it, right? Max. Damn. Arrow would have won, right? Arrow would have let me go plus 10, plus 14 here, and I'd have been 21, and then the Destroyer would have only been 19. So we lost the 1 and 4 at the end here. That's a good juke from the opponent to Professor X left. They took a giant coin flip. I guess they were pretty likely to win this, because I have the hood here anyways, right? I've probably purchased about 30% of the variants you see on stream. I've also been playing for like 5 months, so I've got a lot of them. And I'm collection level 6,000 something, so I've opened a lot of chests that have chances at variants. I was impressed. Arrow's such a powerful card. The fact that we still could have won that game if I if I'd have just drawn our key card by the end. What was our turn 6 player we're gonna lose to? The Destroyer puts 16 power into one of their paths. Moon Girl playing to this strategy. She lets you arrow on 5 and 6, where she copies your demons and your Miles Morales, giving you a bunch of really cheap 1 mana plays.
Opponent snapped.
You literally just answered your own question. You just play. You check the box that it displays the variant separately. Do I want to play 2 cards to try and win kill? I'm not sure. I'm gonna Kingpin mid, I think. We'll see what they do.
Face the might of Asgard.
Oh, they're a Thor deck. Okay, so not Destroyer then. And we're definitely punting kill with Thor there then, huh? Not into Juggernaut for now. Jug plus Maximus might be our last turn. Hey, Dara, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. It's rare that I'm streaming later than Dara, chat. Usually I'm sending them the other way. We're degenning a little bit tonight, though. Okay, so... with Quinjet, I can technically max and Juggernaut and Demon next turn. I think this might just be like Hood into DC, and then... Alright, Enchanters doesn't matter. We'll see how big their things are that they get here, huh? They're a little bit large.
Mjolnir, to me.
That's so close. I can only get to 23, right? Because this puts us down to 14, and then this gets us plus 9. If they would have had literally anything other than Infinite, like this is 2 points of power too big for us to be able to beat here, because Jug plus Demon obviously wins the left. No, it's not plus 9 for 25 because Nightcrawler leaves. So it's -2 to 14 plus 9 to 23. I can't tell if our deck is bad, we keep coming up 1 point short in a lot of these situations, or if we're just unlucky. It's like the 1 in 5 we lost there. I guess they had the 1 in 5 twice though, right? Armor's just a good utility card, chat. It turns off opposing Arnim Zolas, it turns off opposing Carnages, it protects our 1-drops from Killmongers. It does a lot. I think I'm chilling on Nightcrawler till post Angela here. Our title is incredibly accurate. Definitely want to play Angela here, and then we'll have Armor plus Nightcrawler there next turn. But our deck is amazing into the Nexus. Cutting Rescue, we're definitely a little bit weaker into there. So I was gonna take today off of streaming, Dara, but I really want to say I streamed every day for the first month that... I want to say that I streamed every day for the first month after Snap had its global release. So I wanted to fire up for at least a little bit. So I can say that. Hey, me too, yeah. Yeah, so like, Christy's like, has a stomach bug of some sort. She was out of commission all day, so I had to wait till the kids went to bed and she's sleeping. What's the lore behind I Survived Nexus events? They were a really bad gotcha grabby system they implemented during the closed beta that they rolled back.
Assemble.
It's funny how playing into Sinister here is like actually pretty bad. That's a hood. How bad is bad gotcha? Like, it would have cost $1,000 a month to have all of the cards. It was really, really bad. I'm doing this, but I also think there's a chance we're just dead here. Our deck's not amazing into the Nexus without Rescue. How do you think it takes to get half of pool 3? You don't have to guess. You can go here and look at my math with spreadsheets where I talk about how long it takes to get all the cards. Website that I recommend for deck lists. Yeah, youtube.com/Oglandia-Snap. There's a ton of deck lists up there. Angela should have been an ongoing effect. Completely disagree. All of the interesting parts about building around this card disappear. Like, for example, why it shouldn't be an ongoing effect. Like, Nightcrawler suddenly doesn't have synergy with Angela anymore. Yeah, if you think $1,000 a month is worse than most gacha games, you haven't played most gacha games, just like point effect. It wasn't good. I'm not defending it as being good. The Nexus events were awful, and I'm glad they scrapped them. But, like, decidedly was not worse than most gacha games. Some gacha games are probably better than that. Most of them are not. One of these days, we will draw. One of these days, we will draw. What's it called? On the last turn, it'll be great. Opponent's just leaving, sure. Yeah, I think we were actually winning this, right? Because even if they played Destroyer mid, we were actually just gonna win left and right with playing other cards there. It was kind of a neat series. Angela is way too good. I don't know about way too good. I think she needs a nerf. I think they should get rid of her first point of power. Angela should probably be a 2-0 with her current text, or she should be a 2-2 and only get +1 per card played. Thoughts on Magneto in this deck. It doesn't let me play a 1-drop with it on the last turn of the game. Moon Girl glitches in some instances with Miles. Your very first box can have a title in it, chat. The unknown. Lucky it's a bar with no name or a Oscorp lab. I agree that generically having good cards in pull 1 and pull 2 is a good / important thing to have happen, but Angela is like arguably the best 2-drop in the game in a not close fashion, so I think adjusting her slightly is probably fine. Another thing too, and gamers seem to love to do this, just because I suggest a card should be nerfed doesn't mean I'm saying you should make that card unplayable. A nerfed card doesn't automatically become unplayable. That's the beauty about digital card games, right? Like, you take 1 point of power off of this and leave everything else the same. It's like almost always worse than before asterisk Mr. Negative exists, but it's still just less powerful. Do I want to put armor over here to protect their stuff? I think that's fine. Actually, I might want to... Oh, I can't Iron Fist here. And still get the effect, huh? Yeah, Maximus is in our deck purely because it's a 7 power. It's a 7 power 3-drop. You play Max on like the last turn of the game. And this here, right, talking about Angela being an ongoing, like Iron Fist and Nightcrawler have synergy with Angela because of her current text. Is like, why is she sweet? And there's a Mr. Morales. What do we think about Arrow left this turn? I have priority. I think I like Arrow left, chat. Come here, friends. Thanks, friends. Do 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 do. Dear Mr. Broad, please put an Arrow variant inside of my cache. I desperately want an Arrow variant. She's beautiful. I bought a variant last night for the first time in a while. Devil Dino variant came up in my shop finally. A few different variants already. Oh, someone asked earlier, by the way, how do you build decks with this many variants? Chat, here's the secret. You uncheck this box, and then there's only 1 copy of each card when you scroll. So just so for anybody that hasn't seen that before, you uncheck the all variants button, and it gets rid of, my 6 copies of Ant-Man or whatever. Correct. If my opponent had priority, I would not have arrowed there because I wouldn't have been able to move X. But you have multiple of the same variant. Because of how card splits work, you can learn more about card splits in this YouTube video here. Someone was asking us earlier why we were playing armor. I was gonna say it so I could snap people like Will, but then World War flipped up, so, Gamer. Our hand's pretty not bad. All right, I prefer not to play a weird word game, so I'm gonna snap them and see if we can chase them out. Anytime I win a cube off of Weird World, it sounds great. When should you start saving your quests up for the weekly? Why do you need to save your quests up for the weekly, chat? You're gonna finish your weekly with no problem, easy peasy. Does it really matter if you finish it half a day sooner? You're like denying yourself at one point to like get slightly ahead to another that balances out overall. Allison, I hope you're enjoying your game. Thanks for the 43 months, be confirmed. Hood was looking a little green. Let's get on into the game lab.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, you get 6 quests per day, and you only need 25 for the weekly, and you're probably rolling extra quests with gold also, right? So you're averaging like 8 to 10 quests per day, on average. So I can Moon Girl and get an extra Maximus, Arrow, and Angela. Or I can Angela D-Man. And we can Moon Girl next turn for double Arrow. It's probably the line. How do you fight the feel bads of boosters from reserves? Feels bad getting them back to back. I tell myself it puts the boosters on the skin or else it gets the hose again. And I really don't want to get the hose again. So I just like take the boosters and I go about my day. All right, so we get to Moon Girl into double Arrow or Moon Girl into Arrow double Maximus or Maximus plus Juggernaut. Okay, well, I mean, now I just get to Juggernaut them 2 games in a row, right? Okay, so, like, something that's really interesting here. People keep asking, like, why is Moon Girl in this deck? Not only is copying Miles and copying Demon really good, but getting to Juggernaut 2 games in a row, or getting to getting to Juggernaut 2 turns in a row, or getting to Arrow 2 turns in a row is, like, kind of busted. Like, there are a lot of spots where you're like, yeah, this is just crazy. Call me, maybe. Speaking of crazy. Just for tiebreakers. Our opponent is just like all over the place in the most glorious way possible. And anything could happen here. Like, actually just like no clue what the range is at the moment.
Opponent snapped.
Snapping me, huh? Alright, I'm in. Take my cubes. We're about to lose in the most amazing manner possible, he says before getting Shang-Chi'd. It's America Chavez. What an incredible letdown. My disappointment is immense and my evening is ruined. Imagine doing all of that and having your final play just be like the most boring 6-drop in the game. By the way, I've seen people doing this in this move deck. This has gotta be terrible, right? Like, playing Chavez makes you 3% less likely to have Heimdall on 6. And like, if you don't want a Heimdall on 6, she's only 1 more stat point, right? So I think there is good merit to playing another 6-drop in the move deck. So that way you can play a stat stick when Heimdall's not good. Because, like, part of the problem, I think at the core level, part of the problem with the move deck is that it's too predictable on the last turn if you always Heimdall. So I think having something else that's not Heimdall is good. But, like, this just isn't enough better, right? Like, I feel like I'd rather just play a Hulk or, like, a Magneto or something. Or, heck, even a Doctor Doom. Yeah, she does, like, help the consistency early, like, a small touch, but... Maximus has felt good, by the way. Getting to max plus Jug on the last turn is like big game. And actually, there's a world where you Quinjet early and you Moon Girl on 4 and you Maximus Jug on 5 and Maximus Jug on 6, right? Just kind of guess. Any viable replacement for Quinjet? You could probably get by without Quinjet in this deck. We definitely win games without an engage. It lets you do some silly things occasionally, though. I don't know what exactly you'd play. Probably a different one. You wanna try and keep the curve the same? What would my key cards be for this deck? I think Arrow, Juggernaut, and Arrow, Jug, Hood, Miles. I would say are probably the what's it called? I think you get away without Kingpin too. Kingpin like forces your opponent to play awkwardly sometimes, but it's usually one they can play around. Yeah, if you're someone that's new to the channel and I ever link a video and you're not familiar with the contents in it, you should definitely just take an hour and watch every video in this Marvel Snap Minutes playlist. They're all videos that are like 3 minutes to 15 minutes. I promise I never waste any of your time, like filler to get more ad rolls or anything bad like that you see happen on YouTube a lot. It's all concise, pointed, good information that will be beneficial to you if you're looking to snap. Speaking of snap, I think we snap them here before we armor their hood, right? You have my current torch list. The Beast Bounce deck is up on the YouTube channel. Recommendation for Pool 3 collection build around. I say at least 10 cards, but the answer is it like varies a bit depending on which cards you have. We unfortunately don't have priority here, which sucks because I have a hood on the right, so I can't Juggernaut them mid before they break their Bucky. But I think I might Juggernaut them mid anyways, right? Do I? Actually, maybe we Kingpin? Maybe we Kingpin and then I can Moon Girl copy these 3. Yeah, that's probably the line. I think Moon Girl copy these 3 actually sounds kind of banger, right? I guess there's gonna be some question of can I play for mid here actually? Because they're pretty large. So hard hand size limit of 7 in Marvel Snap, and Moon Girl always copies left to right, so we'll get extra copies of these 3. You killed my hood. Thanks, opponent. Appreciate you.
Opponent snapped.
I'm staying in. I get to jug them this turn. Oh, we're getting death waved. Getting death waved. They had enough to fill right too. Evening Silent Death. Yeah, we're gonna leave here. So, wave means they're guaranteed to play. Well, we each only get to play 1 card. And then she also means that they likely get to play 2 because they have death. Yeah, I was hoping on this last turn to get to like Maximus plus Juggernaut. It was unfortunate that we didn't have Quinjet this game. Would have been able to hide that over here and then have 2 plays in the last turn ourselves. I was thinking about playing a second deck tonight, but I'm gonna be honest, chat, we might just no life this one. This deck is tickling my brain. I would like to continue to play games and see if we can optimize a little bit. No, only infinite. You can fall all the way down. Anytime the peak happens and it doesn't just hose my hand outright, I like to snap them because this location hoses a lot of people. Yeah, that's the stock Deathwave list, Genesis. If you got that list from Socio, that means you're not keeping up on the YouTube channel. Gotta check it out. We covered that one last week or the week before. The core of that was what's his name? Cam Beston, chat. Yeah, I feel like the core of what we have going on here is good. I just need to like clean up a couple of the details. What do we think of this, Gimba? Oh my god, we even generated Ghost Rider too? That's really funny. That's actually kind of hilarious. Damn it, Bobby. Sedge. Sedge. So if I... If I Moon Girl move this, we lose to the Miles bug, even though I get 2 copies, which is annoying. Next turn, all of our stuff is gonna cost more, which is also annoying. What if I Kingpin mid, and then we'll like Moon Girl left next turn, and then we have like extra demon and stuff along with Juggernaut. I think I like that. So if I Moon Girl here, I will be able to Demon Yondu Juggernaut next turn. I don't think we can win left with Bishop here and not being able to play another card there. So I think the play is win right and center. Oh my god, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So not only does... Oh, it's so bad for us. So Max filled our hand. There's no way this wins, right? Only puts us to 10 here. They probably play more than 10 power worth of stuff, right? Oh my god, we won! Sick. Sick. Okay, so to the person that said jug right and kill it with Kingpin, you very rarely kill things with Kingpin in this deck. And this is why, right? When your opponent has open spots in the Kingpin path, they play to the Kingpin path to avoid getting killed by it, but then we have other movement cards to dictate where things end up at. So Kingpin isn't necessarily here to actually break things, he's just another card that helps sculpt control of where our opponent has to make their plays to play optimally, and then the rest of the deck around that can leverage abusing where we're forcing them to play. Yeah, that was sweet. He's intimidation. It's very thematic. It is. Yeah. My kingdom for a good hood variant. Tickled my pickle. Thanks for the tickle with the prime. Appreciate it. Always nice when Jeff Bezos has a couple less dollars in his pocket. We're gonna have a couple of demons in the cloning match, chat. He's the fanciest card in my collection. I actually don't have any cards that are split super deep. I play so many cards, I have a bunch of different cards that have been split a bunch of times. If I don't play Nightcrawler this turn, I'll never have a cheap Miles. I think this is a demon plus Nightcrawler to get cheap Miles. It's my favorite variant. I really like my Captain Marvel lightning suit variant. The bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for him here. Because even if they Spectrum here, they're still down over there, right? Are we gonna get like Claude? This is the look of a player who's about to claw me. Do I want cheap Spider-Man on the last turn? Do I want Miles to be cheaper? I don't know that I do, actually. I think this is just like Kingpin Demon, and then we just like Juggernaut mid, right? No, he'll only move cards that will play it on the very last turn. Oh, Claw here would be the 5-head play. Take my cube. Oh my god, we're totally getting fucking clawed. Should have arrowed middle, chat. Actually, when they played nothing here, I should have arrowed middle. That's what I should have done. Oh my god, we're getting clawed. I fucking called it too. Okay, so if I would have arrowed middle, we would have won, right? We would have yanked Giganto over and Kingpin would have put him in the ground. Okay, cool. That one's on me. So we could technically split this arrow. Someone said, how do you not have an ink? You've played for so much time. I have almost 100 individual cards with at least one infinite split. And obviously a handful of cards that have 2 to 3 infinite splits. I think my most split card's been split 3, maybe 4 times. Angela might be 4 splits at this point. I don't know. Losses like that last one don't really bother me, right? Like they're losses where I should have played better and then I would have been fine, right? I don't think I'm playing Miles. Also, Miles is the perfect one to get hit by Iceman because when he gets his cost reduced, he'll still be 1, which is great. You're not sure you've ever seen me play Omega Red. That's because Omega Red is very bad. Quinjet Ongoing does stack in Bar Sinister, but I want to put something with a lot of stats in Bar Sinister, I think. This board is very gummed up.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Yeah, I think we're done here at this point. The board's just too clustered for us to be able to leverage moving things around.
Escape.
Sometimes you're gonna have location variants like that. You just punt the cube and move on. Take a mulligan. Hey, only 184. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. Ooh, just 10 more Maximus boosters until we can split him in half, chat. Sounds nice. I actually have enough boosties to split Miles already because we've got a bunch from the season pass last season. I just haven't wanted to spend the 1,500 credits to do it yet. I watched your 5 cards to solve any problem, and I noticed the credit card wasn't listed there. That would have been such a funny one to put in there. How do we feel about Angela into armor in Murder World? Into it. Yeah, 3-7 is cracked, chat. So I was gonna Moon Girl next turn, but now we just Juggernaut the Flooding, right? Do I snap them on the Juggernaut the Flooding? I think I snapped them on Juggernaut the Flooding.
Snap.
Hazmat isn't a good card. It's just like the TLDR for people asking about Hazmat. It's not a good card. This feels like they're setting up to like go like Blue Marvel into what's his name? Yeah, into Ultron. So, if they do Patriot stuff here, we win left and center. If they do Ultron stuff here, we win left and right. This is 9, we're adding 13 here, going to 19. I'm adding 8 here, going to 14. Yes, this beats Patriot Mystique. It also beats Ultron. Does it beat Blue Marvel? Blue Marvel puts them to 15 over here. I probably want to beat 15 on this side, right? This is plus 10. This puts me to 16 here. And then this is 7. This is plus 11 here, so I'm still going to 18. We lose a Squirrel Girl Patriot. I think I'm okay losing to Squirrel Girl Patriot. This beats combinations of Blue Marvel. Okay, I want to do this. This beats Ultron. Good stuff. Yeah, the stock, that deck's like the stock Hazmat deck. It's just not very good pair. Thoughts on Cerebro 2 versus Cerebro 3? I like Cerebro 2 more. I think your disruptive cards are very good in there. Getting to play Goose to put your Cerebro behind Goose is really good. Ah, we're so close to splitting max, chat. It's 140 boosters to go from blue to split. Evening Crab, Ultron, and losing 4 cubes. He is the master of losing cubes. Yes, I guess. Yeah, I should probably write down that last one. My brain felt pretty big at the end of it. So we'll Juggernaut the middle to keep out anything else they're doing. I guess snap them. I guess, so snapping the Mysterio deck actually might be loose here, because they're probably a Shang-Chi deck, right? So the real Mysterio obviously wasn't in the middle there. So the shell game, either this one on the left or the one on the right, has 5 points of power. They buff or nerf cards as needed, not on a set schedule. Well, and just like that. Awkward. Remember when I said snapping them could be bad because they're a Shang-Chi deck, chat? Which farmer remembers? That's fine though. Space Turno's bad variants for us anyways.
Escaped.
Take cubes, I'm going home. Yeah, my snap was wrong because Mysterio is usually indicative of a Shang-Chi. That was my understanding of what their archetype was. Should have dictated what I did. Honestly, that's probably a good game to highlight too, even though I did a dumb. I called the right thing, but then did a dumb. Why is Mysterio indicative of Shang-Chi? Because the most common Mysterio deck on the ladder right now is the Sarah Miracle deck. And when they played the Bishop, that was more indicative of the Sarah Miracle deck, which commonly plays Shang-Chi. The Sarah Miracle deck is the only meta deck that plays Shang-Chi at the moment. How do you know it's an Ultron deck if Ultron isn't flipped till turn 6? The same way I knew my opponent's deck was likely a Shang-Chi deck in the last game, based on the card they played turn 2. That's not really unique to Marvel Snap. Anybody playing any card game at a high level will often be able to tell you what deck your opponent is likely playing after seeing a few cards on them, because you're just familiar with the metagame and what people are playing in their stock good decks. Like this, for example, chat, Yondu. The only stock good Yondu deck in the format is Deathwave, so they are likely Deathwave. Which I think is actually a pretty rancid matchup for us. You sure the donate link? Yeah, the donate link is here, but FYI, I am not taking deck submissions tonight. There's such a thing as a good Patriot deck. Yeah, I think the Destroy version of the Patriot deck is fine. And not only is this matchup is bad, but like these locations are atrocious for us. So I'm just gonna punt to cube again and just take a mulligan.
Escaped.
Up on my YouTube channel, there's a variation of Patriot that plays Mysterio and then like Carnage, Hood, Killmonger, stuff like that. Yeah, and the reason for people that are new that Yondu is only played in Deathwave is that Yondu is a worse 1 energy disruptive card than both Korg and Iceman on average, but Yondu makes Death 1 cheaper, so it gets played in that deck despite being worse than Korg and Iceman generically. Context is key, and cards don't exist in a vacuum. Synergies are good. I think this is a wait for post Angela Nightcrawler. And we'll Angela to the right now because Kunlun flipped up, and I would like to Nightcrawler into the Angela path, and then I want Nightcrawler to end up in Kunlun. So that makes playing Angela to the face down location here worthwhile because of the context of Kunlun and Nightcrawler together, along with wanting to play this to her path. Our opponent is braver than we are. Angela into the danger room is some big brain stuff. By the way, chat, armor. Who is the real MVP? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just in the nick of time. I'm surprised they didn't snap me where my Angela flipped up in Murder World here. Arrow is actually a card that's pretty good against Daredevil because it forces our opponent to play in a particular way. What do we think of this? And then we'll arrow people into here, and then she'll kick middle to make Miles cheaper on the last turn. I guess I don't need to move Nightcrawler here necessarily, right? If I'm doing that, I could just do this, and then chill for now. There's no reason to move this, so I'm not playing Miles next turn. I guess if I draw... No, even if I draw Moon Girl, I'm not playing Miles next turn, I don't think, right? Let's do this. Cards are pulled and then arrow is punched. So their cards will end up here. My arrow will end up here. I think it's too late to snap. I think I should have snapped them last turn because once they see the arrow is going to be here, they know it's too late for them. We're gonna end up with a 4-power Nightcrawler here and a 10-power arrow. And then my Angela is gonna be a 9 over here in Murder World because arrow flipping up here will give her a trigger. And we have priority here. Our name's highlighted in gold, so that means they can't even Professor X this turn. Because we have priority and we've played arrow. Alright, come here, friends. So we Juggernaut into Murder World because that's where our point total is closest, and then we Miles in the middle. World where we lose this, but it seems unlikely. We're gonna be 19 on the right and 21 in the middle. Like Kingpin center. I don't think so. Maybe? Yeah, maybe because Kunlun. That's fine. Juggernaut's a professional, chat. Juggernaut is a pure professional. Get him out of here. Yeah, maybe Kingpin is better center if I'm planning to Jug. The problem with Kingpin center is if they play center organically, but they're down by enough points here in the center that's probably unlikely. So yeah, I think you're right that I'm supposed to play Kingpin mid rather than Spider-Man here. Rather than Miles. It's only one less point. Is a good shot as well. Extra, extra, read all about it. Magneto is here and we're gonna shout it. I do actually really like the music in this game. It's actually a little off-putting that I'm playing without my headphones tonight so I can hear my baby monitor easier. In case Haley stirs. Alright, well let's just Kingpin New York here. Just nip that in the bud. Kingpin's in charge of New York. Nobody's coming in. Oh, we can all savor the flavor of the Kingpin New York. Damn it, Bobby. So they're also playing armor, huh? Okay, so Moon Girl copies left to right, which gives us the option to Arrow on 5 and 6 or Juggernaut on 5 and 6. Oh, that is our armor. Yeah, good call. Good call, good call, good call. Still annoying either way. Wait, that's like the perfect draw, right? Is it the perfect draw? Oh, I hate New York games, chat. They're actually just the absolute worst trash games of Marvel Snap ever. I fucking despise them. It's like I just flip a coin for 3 cubes here. Arrow right, Miles mid. Yeah, I guess. No, I disagree. I think I have more player agency over my cubes when I play Ego. Won our flip, kind of. And by that I mean neither of us used New York, so we were able to win the game. We said the gentleman's agreement that New York was off. Do we split him, chat? Max deserves to be split, right? He's a good lad. So it's 140 boosters to take a card from blue border to infinite border. Yeah, it's I think this is the best Maximus variant. My highly subjective opinion. Why did I leave my blue for so long? Because I like the borders of all my cards to look similar. And the blue borders look closest to the other infinite borders in my deck. But at a certain point, I stopped upgrading everything past blue until I can take them all the way to infinite. Just for the sake of consistent borders.
Infinity.
I'm about halfway. I have almost all the playable cards. Koros. I have about 100 cards with at least one infinite split, last I counted. Definitely not Ultron. That's an accurate title for us. Okay, and then people always ask about splits. You can exclamation point split in chat for a full breakdown on how this works. But once your card gets to the infinite border, you can press this button here to get a new cosmetic for it. So I now have a Maximus with the same artwork that now has sparkles and a rainbow background. I technically have enough boosters. I feel like I'm not gonna stop playing Miles anytime soon, right? Should I also split this Miles? Am I confident I like this Miles variant more than the season pass variant? I guess is another question. I already have the season pass one split. Which is the ideal Miles, chat. I'm not big into sports, so the basketball one's definitely not happening. I like that he looks kind of derpy in this one. It's got big, like Miles in the game always looks like he's very unsure of himself because he's like new Spider-Man. And I feel like this has big I'm screaming while I swing from my web energy. This one is technically more rare, right? This one is technically more rare because like everybody that bought the season pass has the other one. Alright, I pressed the button once, we're committed. I'm gonna split this one.
Animated.
I wasn't committed until I pressed the button. Now I've pressed the button, and I'm committed. Base Miles. So, it's strictly incorrect for someone in my position to ever use base artwork when I have the alternative, chat, because it's about sending a message to our pleb opponents, okay? We gotta let them know. Oh my god, it's fucking hideous. Oh my god, why is it so hideous? Oh, oh god. Oh, it's disturbing. Please make the pixel variant stop. Please, Mr. Broad, I've been good. Stop with the pixel variants. Eventually, chat, I will have every pixel variant, and then I'll never have to open another one again. Oh no, we're out of credits. All right, hold on. Sorry, pause. I have fixed our out of credits problem. All right. Which Dino variant did I get? I got the Dino variant with Moon Girl on his nose, the best one, aka the best Dino. Large sea creature, something like that. Captain America boosters. Don't spend them all in one place. This also has a variant now, but again, I want my borders to all look the same. So like at some point when we have enough Miles boosters, I'll probably split this. I actually really like this rainbow with this particle effect, but I need, I'd rather play with the infinite border than not. Take an updated screenshot and let's play some more games. So I haven't been farting around in the editor for too long. I technically have enough boosters to split Arrow here as well, but I'm kind of waiting on a variant for her. I don't think I want to invest 140 boosters into like pleb base art. At some point, I will get a variant and we'll put them into her. And this is still short. Need another 70 boosters for this. You don't get why you were matched up into me at collection level 600 and rank 55. Well, you're pool 3 and I'm pool 3, so we were paired because we're both pool 3 players. Your rank is also within spitting distance of mine. 50 to 80 is a perfectly fine rank differential. Looks so good, chat. Oh, he looks so good. The web moves in the background too. I have no regrets. I have no regrets. You might also have a high MMR, or it could be that I have a low MMR because I spend a lot of time throwing cubes in the garbage can. Both are possible. Juggernaut. Angela's path here, I think. Yes, pairings are based on collection level as well as hidden MMR. And the collection level basically stops being a factor once you're like mid pool 2 and like medium ranks. Like the collection level requirement basically exists to keep people from pub stomping players that have never played the game before. It keeps people in the kiddie pool while they're going through the tutorial. What's MMR? MMR is matchmaking rating. We have a command. Look at that. Kingpin to the left should in fact be very funny. I agree with that. Imagine being a mouth-breathing, gatekeeping asshole about not knowing what MMR is. It's pretty cringe, chat. Pretty cringe. Don't be a gatekeeping asshole. I actually think I don't want Iron Fist to be in effect here. So that was the worst draw in our deck. This might be... What's the best destroyer deck? Spectrum Destroyer. Not close. Lassafrash, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. I think this might be a retreat later angle, because they might also be leaving because of Kingpin. So retreat later differs from retreat, in that if my opponent also chooses retreat, neither of us lose cubes and it's a draw. And this is one of those instances where, like, my last card is really bad, but they also probably are salty or can't win because of Kingpin in a lot of situations, so there is a chance they also leave here. Generally speaking, retreat later is a waste of time. So if you're some kind of, like, foaming at the mouth, neck-bearded, overly competitive person, you should technically always be retreating later. However, in reality, games usually have a pretty clearly defined person that's behind, and there's a like next to zero chance when you're retreating most of the time that your opponent is also selecting retreat, right? So like in general, always selecting retreat later is like spewing equity. Like I bet here they didn't even retreat. Like we probably just wasted 20 seconds. Yeah. Like I think it's almost in terms of equity, I think it's actually worse to choose retreat later a lot of the time because it means it takes you longer to get back into the queue, which means you play less snap overall. I think having a bunch of like extra 30 to 60 seconds retreat later is like adds up. Oh no, champ, the toddler is stirring. Is it time for the 11 p.m. wake up? Is there a decent discard deck in pull 3? The Hella Ghost Rider Reanimator deck is okay in pull 3. If you're turbo neckbearding, you should wait until there's 3 seconds left and then hit retreat later just in case they chose retreat. Oh yeah, that's true, actually. Your brain is huge and I am not worthy. That's true, chat. I need to shave myself. My master bathroom is currently torn down to the studs in the drywall. Sorry, those are the wrong terms. It's currently torn down to the drywall with a remodel, so I don't have a good place to shave at the moment. So the neckbeard's probably here to stay for the next week. Big house is kind of annoying because Arrow can't get in there. Angela on the left is also not super exciting because Iron Fist. Dark Dimension in the middle is super not great for us. I guess we'll jug Lemuria, but I have a lot of great plays here. Was a professional Pokemon player before Marvel Snap? No, I just like Pokemon stuff. I work with the Pokemon Company on occasion doing broadcast stuff for one of their games. And they send me stuff. I like Pokemon. Ooh, look at that. We hit the jug here. Then we chill on the demon here for now because Quinjet makes it free. Can we win left and right? Well, that's 2 things. Okay, so they're Death Wave. This is a Killmonger. It's a wave. Wow, turn 4 wave. Interesting. They've only blown up 1 thing, right? Right? Carnage 8. Did Carnage even they haven't blown up anything, right? So, Arrow's gonna pull whatever they play this turn into the middle, right? I just get to empty my whole hand here. So we'll go Moon Girl here. You think it's a bot? I think we're good because of the error, right? I'll go to 4 here. Should I put the demon here just in case? Probably. If it's a bot, we might actually be dead. Yeah, that's true, actually. What beats us here? What's a real card that beats us here? Killmonger doesn't beat us. They have priority. Oh, I guess Killmonger in the Dark Dimension beats us? Killmonger in the Dark Dimension can beat us. I don't have time to put the demon back. I should play the demon mid if they're on Killmonger. Okay, we're good, right? We win. Yeah, okay. No, wait. Is my brain bad? No, we're good. We're good. Okay, cool. There's a pool. Check out this video here for a breakdown on how card pulls work. You probably get to pull 3, but you're afraid. Okay, well, I got a good news, bad news situation. If you can get to pull 3 and you haven't already started playing against pull 3 cards, that means you're terrible, because when you get to the top of pool 2, if you're actually ranking up, you're going to hit pull 3 cards anyways, based on your MMR and your rank. And if you're terrible anyways, you might as well open a bunch of cards and just get new cards to play with, because your joy is opening cards. And if you're not terrible and you're going to play against pull 3 cards anyways, then you might as well open your cards anyways. Chat, opening cards is fun. For the love of God, open your cards. There's so many things that don't spark joy in life, chat. Why would you want to not do the thing that sparks joy? Don't you have fun opening cards? I have fun opening cards. It's so sweet, Lassie. I have a whole video talking about why waiting to open cards is stupid in more detail, other than saying if you're bad, it's good. So if you want like a fully articulated argument, here's a video with a fully articulated argument. Sweaty players love optimizing the fun out of their games. Ebony Maw, Ant-Man. So they're totally a Spectrum deck here then, right? The question is, can I win left and right? Daredevil is so much fun. I love Daredevil's design. Huh. Cosmo's a rough one, because now I can only hood left, and if I hood left, I only have so much power there, right? I think we're probably losing left anyways with the Ant-Man. I'm gonna hood left and play Kingpin right, I think. Oh my god, we're about to get Omega rated. Kingpin kill your own stuff? It does, yeah. Thank you, Cosmo. Such a good boy. It needs to be plus 10, right? This winning game, we're gonna go to 14, 16 here in the middle. We lose the Spectrum, right? The Spectrum will be plus 7. Oh, actually, Spectrum puts them plus 7 in the middle. So that would be exactly 16. An Iron Man would get us. Yeah, I think we stay for a cube because we beat Spectrum. Onslaught. We beat Onslaught yet. Come here, bud. Oh, wait, do we? No, yeah, we tie and then we win the tiebreaker, right? Yeah, cool. So it's also plus 7. Yeah, sweet. The first and only tiebreaker in Marvel Snap is total power. So we're tied here. They're up 3 here. We're up 14 here. Yeah, math. Quick maths. Also, Frass, I totally missed your donation. I have no headset on, and I'm just kind of chilling tonight. I'm all over the place. Longtime lurker for Magic and Unite stuff, and really fell in love with Snap when you started playing it. Love your videos, your attitude, and your content. Thanks for being you. Thanks for the tip if you're still here. Sorry I missed that a few minutes ago. Okay, so Starlit Citadel means that Avengers Compound is going to be anywhere other than here on turn 5. So I think I actually want to play into the Avengers Compound because I don't want to play cards here, so it can be open on 5 for us. It's like the TLDR here. I think we're just playing Jug on curve. Probably not moving anything. Wonder if I was supposed to Jug the Angela path there. Probably not, because I don't have priority. Well, they moved Nightcrawler to trigger my miles. That's great. Take those.
Clear for takeoff.
So then I get to go Spider-Man plus Maximus here, and then 12 is probably beating whatever they play. And then we have Arrow plus Quinjet on the last turn to likely win here. Sounds right. Okay, so they're a zoo deck. They're a zoo deck, right? I think we actually go Arrow here, Quinjet here. And I think 20 beats whatever 1-drops they play out. And then we win left and right, and we punt center. I guess in theory they could play more than 3 things here. And then we could lose Starlit Citadel, but we are going up to 16 in the Citadel, so it's like not nothing there. We win a lot of permutations of things here. Good. That good? I think that's good. Magneto was not a card I was expecting out of them there. It's an interesting top edge, like I was Tastic at the top of them. Seems fine. Okay, chat, I've been live for almost 3 hours, which is a little bit longer than I was planning to stream tonight. I am planning to do my entire normal full day tomorrow, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I start about 9 a.m. Central, which for those of you that are bad at time zones means I'll be live again about 10 hours from now. I'm planning to stream for 7, 8, maybe even 9 or 10 hours tomorrow, depending on what metrics look like. I appreciate all the new followers that came in tonight. If you're new to my channel, I stream full-time here on Twitch. I also make content up on YouTube. Marvel Snap is the full-time focus of my content moving forward. Absolutely fallen head over heels in love with this game. If you enjoy the vibes of the channel and you're looking for more stuff from me, I'd love to point out my YouTube channel here. My face is huge from a video I was recording. This playlist especially, if you're someone that's new-ish to Snap, this Marvel Snap Minute playlist is a bunch of, tomorrow we might be adding a new video to this one tomorrow morning called the Ultimate Deck Building Guide. I think that one will probably be somewhat popular. It probably goes on the playlist here. So that's a teaser. That's gonna publish tomorrow morning as well. I post videos 7 days a week here. Lots of great stuff. There's deck highlights up here. There's game news updates. Every time we get a feature location or a hot location, I do a top 5 cards video up there. You can find all my old Twitch streams. A lot of great stuff there. You check that out. Appreciate the Prime sub, Lionheart. That is a big part of what keeps me employed here. I'm gonna find someone to host on my way out the door. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday or the start of your Monday, depending on where you're at in the world. And so is D-Money. I was lurking in his stream the other night. He's was good company.